wanderer, led astray by false thinking and false believing. And everywhere he goes is just wandering around because of the effects of false thinking. That's what delusion means, false thinking and false believing. So what happens to this poor unbeliever specifically? It's all right there in that verse. The first thing that happens to them is that they refuse to believe the truth. They refuse to believe the truth. A person without the Spirit of God has a hard time understanding and believing the truth. All right? In fact, 2 Corinthians says that the man without the Spirit means the Spirit of God living inside of him. The man without the Spirit cannot understand the things of God. That's a strong statement. The man without the Spirit of God living inside him, the non-believer, is incapable, they cannot understand the things of God. The man without the Spirit of God cannot understand the things of God. They are foolishness to him because these things are spiritually discerned. How is a lost person ever going to come to faith in Christ if they cannot understand the truth of God? You ever ask that question? That's a legitimate question. If a lost person, if an unbeliever is incapable, cannot understand God's truth, how is he ever going to come to understand that Jesus is the only way to salvation and relationship with God is only through Jesus Christ? How is he ever going to understand that truth? I don't know. But God knows. Somehow, when it comes to the presentation of the gospel, when you're witnessing to somebody, something profound is taking place. When you're sharing the gospel with somebody, when you're trying to explain why you believe what you believe, and you're trying to explain the reason for the hope that lives within you, something profound is going on because you're talking to somebody who doesn't understand it and is incapable of understanding it. So how does that make? Somehow, because God's involved in this, you can't win anybody to Jesus. You can't debate and argue a position to anyone to where they'll come to the place where they'll accept Christianity. God has to be involved. And somehow God breaks through the inability, the truth that they need Jesus has got to be something that only God can do. Now, he's going to use us to present a message.